The country of Japan has a quest: become carbon neutral by the 2050 at least. Everybody has a, by 2050, going to be carbon neutral. And they have all these plans, these schemes, all this paper they're generating over there. The country of Japan pays these universities to find these solutions to the problems they have. Can we do something that doesn't include a nuclear power plant? Can we, instead of using coal, can we have a substitute for oil, coal, gas? If we do this and if we do that, and whatever they do in the laboratory, they have to think of going up to a pilot plant situation, and from a pilot plant to almost a oil refinery, whatever they're going to do. But right now, it still is bench lab. It works in the bench lab, but some of this goes to the pilot plant lab. It's either becoming too expensive to do that and bringing that higher up to sort of an oil refinery type of thing. As I said, we're going to do what by 2050? Not with our population. Even if the country goes into windmills and solar farms. The problem is in Japan, solar farms is farming. Any farmland there grows food. Even if they put solar cells on top, to make solar cells, folks, you have to do this, this, and this, and you are going to produce. Well, to produce the metal, folks, you gotta melt it. To do the glass, you gotta melt it. It takes energy to do this. And somebody says, well, if this solar cell will work for the next 20 years, it will pay for itself. But if it only works for 10 years, it won't. We'd like to have something work for 50 years that will pay for itself. And then we have all electric cars. We lost a nuclear power plant, folks. We had a nuclear power plant that could generate all this power, but now we don't have a nuclear power plant because, both of Japan shakes. And what happens when they build it on the ocean level? Well, they had a 10-foot wall. Yeah, for a tidal surge. What happened? It dropped 20 feet. That's what happened. Yeah. And having backup generators for cooling thing, it dropped 20 feet. And everything went poof. But that's Japan. The whole place shakes. Little shakes here, little shakes there, but it does shake. It's like California. It shakes. People, you go into California and you feel your bed shake. And you watch, you got a glass of water there, and it goes blink, boop. Not big boop, just little boops. And you kind of like wake up. And you say, what do you mean? You just had a small shake. But sometimes you have a small shake of, point Richter scale stuff to plus Richter scale, 2 point on the Richter scale or 3 point on the Richter scale. It goes boo, boo. and it's waiting for that big one in San Francisco, which again will happen. Or they're waiting for where the whole fault line will split the country in half, and one will go further into the Pacific Ocean, like what was that movie with Johnson in it, where they had an earthquake where things started splitting. The one side was going into the ocean, when it went up, whoop, like that. They're waiting for something like that. Of course, that may not happen for 10,000 years, but hey. But Japan has that same little problem. Trying to create something that's green without having waste. And most of their technology happens to be in the lab on white paper. The big industries are trying all these little things. Can we build a ship that's carbon neutral? What are we going to run it on? I got it. Sails, wind power. Can we carry electric engines? Yeah. But what are you going to run it on? Sails, wind, and solar. Really? That won't spin the propeller once. Oh, methanol? How are you going to do methanol? Well, if we're going to get it from this refinery is producing, how much energy does it take to produce a gallon of methanol? Yeah. So, as they say, a lot of people are looking into it, and so far, white papers outnumber the practicality of finding a solution for anything. Your ships are still going to be burning something to run the engine room. If it's burning methanol, then it's burning methanol. But it needs something to be able to have that energy output. Diesel has more energy output than alcohol. Gasoline has more energy output than alcohol. I fill up by regular gasoline that contains 10% alcohol instead of having 15% alcohol. Why? Because the gasoline produces has more energy than the alcohol, the other 5% alcohol. It's cheaper, but you don't go as far. The energy's not there.